My name is Victoria Contreras, and I'll be talking about baby galaxies, the first steps of the Milky Way, a lecture done by John Wise. So, what I learned majority from this lecture was the technology of James Webb's new telescope that'll be going out there and seeing how planets are formed and how galaxies evolve. But see, let's break this down. If you're a biology major like me, just taking physics as your first class, then you don't really know much about what this lecture had to hold. So I did some research, and this is what I came up with. First things first, what is the universe? What are galaxies? How did we get here? All those great questions can be answered by one of the more popular theories, the Big Bang Theory, on how the universe was created to get to the point where we can talk about galaxies. So the Big Bang Theory, not the TV show, but the beginning of our universe. The Big Bang Theory is not actually a Big Bang. In fact, it is the theory that a small particle started in a singularity. Or rather, it's the universe started in a singularity. A singularity is a place in a black hole, or that has infinite density for the matter there. The theory is that not that there was space before and a singularity came in and then started expanding and creating the universe, but that there was an infinitely dense, hot something, a singularity, that began to expand and create our universe. The difference between a balloon bursting and spreading its contents everywhere, which is the common misconception of Big Bang Theory, and a very, very small balloon just expanding continuously, which is what the Big Bang Theory actually is. But how do we know that this is a plausible theory? Well, there is evidence to back it up. For example, when the Big Bang Theory was brought to fruition in 1927 by Georges Lemaitre, a priest and a physicist, George Gamow came up with the idea for the theory that a cosmic microwave background radiation, or basically evidence that there is heat from the fact that there's an expanding universe, could be found. It was an interesting story. There were two scientists who had a telescope that was looking for radio frequencies in space, and every time they would show it towards space, there would be static no matter where they pointed it at. They even went onto their telescope and cleaned off the bird poop from it because they were so confused. Come to find out, ta-da, they had found this cosmic microwave background radiation. In addition, we also have Hubble's law. Hubble's law, more or less, is showing that it supports the expansion of the universe. Galaxies appear to be moving away from us at speeds according to their size. This also supports the Big Bang Theory. This, with a lot of other experiments and proofs, have the Big Bang Theory as a very, very popular way of how we know that, or how our universe began. Now, what do we do with this information? Granted, also keep in mind, this isn't concrete, and as well, we don't know how this matter got there or was before it. This is what we know from now. Space is pretty unknown. But from knowing now that we have ever-expanding universe, what is in this universe? Dwarf galaxies, for one. Dwarf galaxies are clusters of stars that are composed of several billion stars. For example, the Milky Way is made over 1,000 dwarf galaxies. There's a lot of different types of dwarf galaxies, such as elliptical galaxies and irregular galaxies. These are what our scientists are studying, trying to understand the evolution, the formation of the galaxies, how they began, and all that good stuff. Now, how are they doing this? One of the great uses was the Hubble Space Telescope. This telescope alone has helped us to narrow down our universe's age from 10 to 20 billion years to now we know it's 13 to 14 billion years old. The Hubble, it also played a key role in discovering what dark energy is, It's shown us in great detail the galaxies in all stages of evolution. Um, Very recently, it's found what has seems to be one of the youngest galaxies, dwarf galaxies out there, about 500 million years old. Milky Way galaxy alone is 12 billion years old. So this new universe is Abell 383. Um, so this is what we have now, and there's so much more that we do not know. For example, as I said earlier, what about how galaxies form, how they actually began? Our next step, and what a lot of the lecture was about, was the James Webb Space Technology, the telescope that is being created. This is a telescope that will be going out in 2018. It's going to get us one step closer to studying the birth and evolution of galaxies, the formation of stars and our planets. And it is a highly technical piece of equipment. All this exciting news just goes to show you that there is adventure out there. If you're researching, it's not over your head, I promise. Well, thank you.